All right, welcome everyone to the much anticipated DUU versus DSG Family Feud. We surveyed 100 Duke students for the answers to Duke's most controversial questions. How well do the people in charge know what's important to you? This isn't for a prize, it's just for clout and pride and superiority and bragging rights. So yeah, high stakes. Evan's going to cover the rules for you all really quickly.
All right, so today we've got an altered version of the classic Family Feud game. So not everything will be exactly the same, but it's still mostly. So we'll have 7 normal face-offs that decide which team has a chance to pass or play, and they can pass it down their own team and try to complete the board, or they can pass it off to the other team. And if you don't complete it before you get 3 strikes, the other team will get a chance to steal. And instead of buzzing in, players are going to be typing C in the chat to get the first answer. And we might have some surprises, bonus rounds worth more points near the end. So stay excited for that. Got some C's in the chat already. Love to see that excitement. And there's no fast money round. So just at the end of the face-offs, whichever team has the most points wins. All right, back to you, Sydney.
Okay, we've got Tommy's Toddlers from DSG, so called because it is Tommy Hessel and a bunch of sophomores. Of course, we have Tommy Hessel, we have Devin, we have Dawe, Hannah, Sawyer, Swaysa, and Tommy Shen. On the other side, from DUU, we've got Frank and friends, with Frank, Kasia, Arthi, Amrita, Izan, and Ashley. Alrighty, so it's time for our first face-off. First up, we've got Tommy Hessel versus Frank. Before we go into this question, please give me your names, pronouns, official position, titles, and what makes you the most competitive. We're going to call this your motivation from this point forward. So our DSG rep is going to go first, and then our DUU rep. So let's hear from Tommy.
Hey, Tommy Hessel. I use he, him pronouns. I'm the class of 2021, and I'm this year's Duke Student Government President. I'd say what makes me competitive today is getting to go up against one of my very first friends, Frank Thomas, in this Family Feud setting. Known Frank since kindergarten, so I'm excited to battle it out.
I'm Frank Thomas. I use he, him, his pronouns. I am also the class of 2021 and the president of Duke University Union. And what makes me competitive is very similar to Tommy, but ensuring that DUU is better than DSG in every aspect and kind of solidifying that today.
Awesome. I'm glad to see that we've got some competition already brewing. As a reminder, right after I finish the question, you guys can immediately buzz in by typing C in the chat, and Evan will let us know who was first. You guys will have a chance to cheer, to talk, to unmute, whatever, after Evan goes over the point values after each round. So that's not just yet. But all right, with that, let's go to our first question. Can you guys tell me, what is the East Campus dorm with the most community?
Looks like we had Frank buzz in first, so DUU will get to give the first answer.
I'm going to go with Blackwell.
All right, good guess. And there you are. Can we have another guess from, I believe that was Frank, right? So this is Tommy.
Let's see. I will say Bassett.
Bassett, interesting.
Interesting, good choice.
Our students did not think Bassett had the most community. This does mean that DUU is going to have the choice to pass or play. What are we thinking, Frank?
Let's play.
Let's play. All right. So your first player is going to be Kasia. Can we hear from Kasia?
Yes. Hi, I'm Kasia. I am class of 2022. She, her pronouns. I am DUU's Vice President of Administration. And what makes me competitive is DSG took some shots at DUU in their blast. So we need to set the record straight for the student body. So do I go ahead and make my guess?
Yeah, we love to hear it.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
So I'm going to say ALSPA.
All right. Good guess. Our student body agrees with you. Can we have our next person? I believe we have Arvi.
Yeah, hey all, I'm Arthi. I'm class of 2021. I use she, her pronouns. I am the executive vice president for DUU, and what makes me competitive is I really like to just be right. So I guess that's a good motivating factor in this game. So my guess is going to be Gilbert Adams.
Lucky guess. All right, there we go. So we've had Casey, we've had Arthi, and now we're up to Emerita. Are you ready?
I'm Emerita. I am class of 2023. I use she, her, hers pronouns, and I'm the chief marketing officer of DUU. And what makes me competitive today is I think everyone already knows that DUU is superior to DSG, but I guess we're using Family Feud to confirm that officially. And I'm gonna go with Giles.
Interesting. All right, let's see if the student body agrees with you. And they do. Okay, we're upping the stakes here. Lots of points have been uncovered. So we've just done Emerita. So now we're on to Isan. What you got?
Hey everyone, I'm Isan. I am class of 2022. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the vice president of external affairs for DUU. What makes me competitive is I really hate losing, like so bad. So we'll see how this goes. But my answer, I'm gonna say Brown.
All right, interesting. Let's see what's on the board. And there's another one. The student body is really agreeing with you guys. Okay, next up is Ashley.
Hello guys, I'm Ashley. I'm class of 2023. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm the chair of Free Water Presentations. And right now I'm competitive because I don't want to disappoint my friends. So my guess is going to be Wilson.
All right. And we've got another one. Nice job. We're going to loop right back around to Frank since you guys have 0 strikes so far. Frank, what do you think for our remaining 2 categories?
I'm going to go with Bell Tower.
Bell Tower, interesting, controversial, interesting. And we don't have Bell Tower on the board. Keep in mind that is just your first of 3 strikes, so don't sweat it too much. Our next person is Casey.
Okay, so I am going to go Pegram.
Pegram, interesting. I mean, the board doesn't lie. All of the people in Pegram, I think, bond over the fact that they're all artsy. So that's a great guess. Okay, so we've just done Casey, and now we have Arthi. Do you want to take a stab at number 7?
I'm gonna go with, oh shoot, I don't know. Let me go with Trinity.
Ooh, all right. You guys have 2 out of your 3 strikes. Our next one is Amrita. Are you ready for number 7?
I'm going to take a lucky guess and say Randolph.
Unfortunately, that one is not on the board. All right, so that's 3 strikes. The other team now has a chance to steal. So that means you guys can use your group chat. You can talk amongst yourselves for a little bit. I'm just going to give you a moment. And yeah, guess that last number. Keep in mind there are only so many East Campus dorms. You guys have got this. I'm going to come back to you in a minute. I'm actually probably going to give you guys like 30 seconds. Alrighty.
Right. The dorm room formerly known as Jarvis.
And we have winners. That was incredibly suspenseful. You guys successfully stole. I believe that means that all of the points go to our DSG team. That was a very high stakes round. All right, Evan, do you want to go over the point totals for me?
Yeah, all right. So after our first round, we've got DUU with a score of 0 and DSG on the board with a score of 76. All right, and I will pass it back to Sydney for our next face-off, and we've got Devin and Kasia.
All righty. Okay, so like Evan said, Devin and Kasia, our DSG person is going to be talking first, and then our DUU person, if you need to do your intro, please do so now.
Sure, I'll go ahead. I'm Devin Desai. I am a class of 2023 and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a senator of academic affairs within DSG. And what makes me competitive is that I grew up playing sports, a lot of different academic competitions. So I've always been really, really competitive as a child. And I think that has just gotten more and more of a personality trait here at college. So I'm ready to see DSG win today.
That's a lot of confidence. All right, can we have Kasia? Kasia, I believe you already gave your introduction, correct?
Yes, I did.
All right, good to see you again then. Just as a reminder, type that C after I finish speaking. All right. Can you guys tell me what the most underrated place to eat on campus is?
We had Kasia and DUU in first again this time.
All right. Kasia, what's your guess?
I would say Pitchforks. Or do I have to say the proper name, Cafe Edens?
Interesting. I can honestly say I did not know that was the name, but the student body does agree with you. All right. And then we've got Devin.
I'm going to go with Div Cafe.
What a guess. All right. DSG gets to decide this time whether they would like to play or pass. Devin, what do you think?
We're going to play on this question.
Awesome. Okay. That means that Dawe is our next up. Dawe, can you give me a guess? Dawe, is your audio working? All right, folks, we're gonna give him a moment. This might be edited out in post, or we might keep it in for realism. We'll decide later.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay. Could I introduce myself first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Dawe, and my pronouns are he, him, his. I'm a senator on DSG's DCA committee, and what makes me so competitive is I don't actually know. So maybe that makes me more dangerous because we don't know. But
we don't know. It's a mystery.
But I think I'm going to go with Tandor, repping that Tandor.
All righty. And we've got a winner. I guess that air of mystery really works for you. Okay, next up, we've got Henna. Can you give us a guess?
Yes, so really briefly, my name is Henna. I am class of 2023. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am a senator on Services and Sustainability Committee in DSG. And what makes me competitive is that I've always played board games with my family as a child. And so I think we're all a good family, DSG, DUU, but at the end of the day, it's all about winning. And that's what matters. So I'm going to guess for this question, ginger and soy.
Interesting. Unfortunately, our student body does not agree. Keep in mind, again, that is just one of 3 strikes. Up next, we've got Sawyer. Sawyer, give us your intro and your guess.
Hey guys, I'm Sawyer. I'm a sophomore senator in DSG on the Service and Sustainability Committee. My pronouns are she, her, hers. And what motivates me right now, I don't know, I just think this is fun. I'm pretty competitive, like my team. I was gonna guess Sazone.
Interesting. Okay. Thank you for that intro and that guess. Let's see what the board thinks. Unfortunately, Sazone is not one of our top options. I know, that's unbelievable. I love Sazone. But anyway, up next, we've got Swetha. Swetha, can you save your team?
Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, my name is Swetha. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm part of the class of 2023, and I'm a senator with Durham and Community Affairs. And what makes me competitive is that I have a twin sister. So if you don't get it, nothing is yours and you're lonely.
Oh my God.
And I think one of the most underrated places to eat on campus is the Nasher Cafe.
I agree with you. Unfortunately, I don't think the rest of the student body does. It might just be so underrated, but not many people know about it. Unfortunately, that does mean that the next guesses, the opportunity to steal, goes to DUU. Frank and friends, what do you got for me? Let's start with, I believe, did we start with Casey with the original guess?
It's Frank is the team captain with the chance to steal. He's reporting back for his whole team.
There we go. All right, what are we thinking?
All right, after some long heated debate, we're gonna go with the Law School Cafe.
The Law School Cafe. And there it is. That's a Duke semi-secret, I guess. So you guys actually get all of the points that have been earned so far. So I am going to reveal the other answers. So for number 2, we have Marketplace. It is true that once you move to West Campus, you miss Marketplace food in my experience. Keep in mind, it was all of campus, not just West. All right, and then number 3, we have The Loop. Thank goodness they are open late. Then we've got Panda. Somebody helpfully suggested what was it? Cheese wontons for $2 in our survey, in case anyone needed that information. And then at number 8, we've got Cafe. That was a tight one. There were some answers pretty close to that. Okay, Evan, take it away with the points.
Yeah, all right. Our updated standings after round 2, we've got DSG is still in the lead with 76, but we got DUU on the board now with 53 points. Back to you, Sydney, for round 3 and our face-off between Dawe and Arthi.
All right, I'm gonna bring you guys back. Okay, so as a reminder, I'm gonna say this every time after I start speaking. Please press your buzzers. Our next question is, can you tell me the most underrated place to eat off campus? All right, Arthi, what you got for us?
I'm gonna go with Guasaka.
All right. And that is on the board. Nice job. After Arthi, we're gonna have Dawe guess. Dawe, what do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Cosmic Cantina.
Cosmic, interesting. Unfortunately, that was not one of our top answers. So with that, DUU, Frank and Friends, is gonna start us off with the option to play or pass. What are we thinking?
We're gonna play.
Okay, sounds good. In that case, Amrita is the next up.
This is a tricky one. I'm gonna go with alpaca.
Alpaca. I have no idea how you guessed that one, but I am impressed. Next,
difference.
What'd you say?
So it's the DUU difference.
There you go. Maybe you've just coined a new phrase. That'll be exciting to see. But anyway, next up, we've got Isan. What's your guess?
I'm gonna guess Hev Buffs.
Hev Buffs. A classic. Our student body does agree. Okay, after Isan, we have Ashley.
I'm going to guess Happy and Hale.
Happy and Hale. That was one of our contenders. It was up there, but it was not one of the favorites. Okay, so that is one of your strikes. Back up to Frank.
I'm gonna go with cookout.
Cookout, interesting. Unfortunately, I don't, that was not one of our favorites. Again, one of the contenders. There are a lot of options here is the problem, I think. Kasia, you are up next.
Okay, I'm kind of nervous now. I'm gonna say Burger Bosch.
Burger Bach. And a slim continuation of your team's streak. Nice job. Okay, so Arthi, you are up next. Let's see if you can keep that streak going.
This is so much pressure. I'm gonna go with Elmo's.
Elmo's. Always a favorite. Yep, that's up there. Okay, and next we have, I believe, Amrita.
Let me think. I'm gonna go with Mad Hatters.
Ooh.
No.
Unfortunately, that is your third strike. This seems to be a tricky one, so maybe the next team will not steal. That said, you do have the opportunity to steal. So what are we thinking for number 5? Can we get some Tommy's toddlers up here? Keep in mind, you guys are allowed to use your group chat during this period.
Oh, it is active. It is active.
Awesome. Good to hear.
Okay, we'll do this one. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of far though. Okay, we'll do it.
You need a minute.
We'll do Monettes.
Oh my God, I did not know that this would be.
Yes. Oh my God.
Wow.
So you
I did not know.
Oh,
We know how to fill in the gaps. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, apparently someone knows the student body pretty well.
They've gotten 2 right answers.
If
don't hate to play the game.
You guys were on a streak there. To be fair, we did have a ton of good answers in a row. But that was wow. Evan, do you want to take it away with the point?
All right, so after the end of round 3, it is still anyone's game here. Our scoring update, we have DUU with 53 and DSG with 133. So plenty of more rounds left to earn points and still anyone's game. Back to you, Sydney, for the next matchup of Henna and Amrita.
All right, welcome back, everybody. As a reminder, Henna and Amrita are going to type C in the chat after I finish speaking. The question is, can you tell me the most essential item for a dorm room?
All right, this time Henna was first, so DSG will have the first chance. Not rigged. Any accusations? Not rigged.
All right, Sydney. I am going to guess a laundry basket.
A laundry basket, interesting. Unfortunately, that is not on the board. All right, let's hear from Amrita.
I'm gonna go with shower shoes.
Shower shoes. Unfortunately, also not on the board. Some of these answers did surprise me. No spoilers, but this round was weird. All right, Henna, do you want to try again?
Yeah, I can try again. Let's see. How about a steamer?
A steamer?
Or like an iron, like a steamer iron.
Interesting. Still no. Amrita, you want to try again?
Broad categories people put in. It's a little bit more broad categories that were the highest answers.
Yeah, like common sense things. Not to give the second team an unfair advantage, but I know. Amrita, what are we thinking?
Bedding.
You know what? I feel like that counts right there. So we're going to have our DUU Frank and friends run through the next answers if they want. Would you like to play or pass?
Play.
All right. Let's hear for the next person. We have Isan. What is your guess for another item on the board?
I'm gonna say decorations.
Decorations. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna count that one. We have LED/fairy lights as the most common form of decorations. So no strike there. Congratulations. Next up, we have Ashley.
I'm gonna go with the mini fridge.
Fridge. All right, and we're back on track. Nice job to both of you. Up next, we've got Frank.
I'm going to go with snacks.
Snacks. Interesting. Nice job. I would not have guessed that one. Excellent job. Okay. Up next, Casey, what do you think?
I'm gonna say clothes.
Clothes. Unfortunately, our audience did not classify that as an essential item. As some of my friends have been saying, a mask is really the only essential piece of clothing. So that has been going around lately. Keep in mind that is one strike. You guys still have a chance. Arthi is up next.
I think I'm gonna go with toiletries.
Toiletries. Unfortunately, that does not fit any of our categories. Rita is up next.
I always get it after our second strike.
Is that bad luck or good luck?
I'm gonna go with let's hope our student body is staying safe, and I'm gonna say a mask.
A mask.
That's
unfortunately that is not on the board. I probably would have guessed that too. However, DSG does now have the opportunity to steal. Keep in mind, you only need one guess. Please discuss with your group chat, and I will come back to you.
Oh, we got it.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, you stole me the microwave.
The microwave. Nice.
Oh.
All right. So in this case, they did steal yet again. That seems to be a pattern. I'm going to go through the rest of our answers. Congratulations to you guys on this round. Number one was a coffee maker / Keurig. A lot of people are addicted to caffeine here. Number 4 was a mattress topper. I could have picked
mattress
that one for
topper.
betting. Yeah, there were 2 betting options. Blanket I thought was a bit obvious as like a submission for this survey, but people thought that was essential and that you should not forget it, which is probably true. Number 7 is a speaker, because here we work hard, play harder. So, all right, Evan, take it away with the points.
All right, yeah, so after our 4th round, still anyone's game, still got plenty of rounds left, but DSG has widened their lead. They now have 172, and DUU still on the board though with 53. Back to you, Sydney, in the next round for the face-off of Sawyer and Asan.
So next question, please type your C after I finish speaking. Here we go. Can you tell me what the best napping location on campus is? Evan, who was
It was
first?
Sawyer was first this time, after,
Sawyer.
because Asan went while you were still talking.
Oh, all right. Unfortunately, that does disqualify you. Sawyer, would you like to give us the first guess?
Okay, the best napping location. I would say, is it like broad or very specific?
So if that's a good question. If someone wrote this building 1st floor and then someone else wrote this building 2nd floor, we just put the building name. Does that help?
Okay. Yeah, that does help. I would say Perkins.
All right. What a guess. Nice going. Let's go to Isan. What do you think?
I'm gonna say West Union.
West Union. All right. By a narrow margin, that team does win the right to choose, play, or pass. What are we thinking?
We're gonna pass.
Okay.
Bold
Interesting
choice.
strategic decision, yeah. DSG, you have the opportunity, Tommy's toddlers, to guess the rest of our options. We are going to start with Swetha. What do you think?
Oh, this is so stressful. The wellness center.
The wellness center. All right.
Yes.
Nice going.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice going. That one is extraordinarily comfortable. Next up, we have Tommy Hessel. Right back to you.
Give me the BC.
BC is on there. Nice job. Okay, with no strikes, we're going to move on to Devin.
I'm gonna kind of go unconventional and say the garden. Give me some of that outdoor nap.
Interesting. Unfortunately, that was one of the top answers, but it was not common enough to warrant the board. All right, you guys have one strike. We've just finished with Devin. Dawe, what is your answer?
Your own room.
Interesting. What an answer. Yes, most people here apparently are home buddies, at least somewhat. Nice job. Up next, we've got Henna. What's your guess for the last number 6?
Okay, this might be more relevant for East Campus, but how about the common room?
Interesting. Unfortunately, that one was also not one of the most common answers. Sawyer, up next, you guys have 2 strikes and another shot at number 6.
Marketplace.
Marketplace. Let's check the board. Unfortunately, Marketplace is not one of the answers. Okay, that means that Frank and Friends, our DUU team, has the opportunity to steal. Please talk amongst yourselves. Come back to me when you have an answer. Seems that earlier strategy might have paid off. You guys only have one left to guess.
Okay, I think we're gonna go with class.
Class. Interesting. All right, let's see if that's on the board. Unfortunately, it was not. That was your one chance to steal. Unfortunately, it did not work out well. All of the points are now going to go to the first team. And I'm going to uncover this answer for you guys. I would have guessed class as well. Not to out myself too much, but that I would have I would have also thought. Our answer though is the UCAE beanbags. So that was
Y'all knew this one.
Wait, no. Wait, before you guys said that it was buildings, UCA beanbags is not a building.
They're gone.
That's true, but it
The
was
beanbags are in the Bryan Center, and they're gone now. This is fake.
That's true. There's no napping spots left on campus except for our own dorms now.
That said, we did have some answers for like the dorm with the most community for dorms that don't exist anymore. So that part wasn't exactly regulated by what is still available. And people were really specific with the UCA beanbags, whereas if people guessed like WU versus beanbags, like it was the same answer pretty much. People would get like say like this room in WU or the beanbags. So unfortunately, that was just how the survey ended up working out. But I can see that this is going to be a controversial question. Evan, would you like to go over the points?
Yes. I do have our score update following this 4th round. DSG has widened their lead, but there are still opportunities to catch up in these last few rounds. We currently stand with DSG up in first at 275 and DUU trailing behind with 53. All right, back to you for our next face-off. We've got Tommy Shen, and someone from DUU will have to be chosen to go twice.
So like Evan said, Tommy Shen has yet to go. For our DUU Frank and Friends, you guys can use your group chat to talk over who you would like to choose.
So they're going to have Ashley go next because she's the last DUU member who hasn't faced off yet. So for our next face off, yeah, we've got Ashley and Tommy Shen.
We are going to move on to the next question. Remember, type that C after I finish reading the question. Can you tell me what kind of student complains the most?
All right, and first up was Tommy from DSG.
All right, Tommy.
Hi guys, my name is Tommy Shen. I am currently a sophomore. I am a senator on equity and outreach. What makes me so competitive is obviously seeing that, you know, DSG is the better organization. I don't know, you know, clearly we can see from what's currently happening, DSG is kind of doing better, but you know, that's the tea and all. That's all I gotta say. But can I ask a quick question for this one?
Yeah, what's up?
Are we saying like major, like by major, like by like school, like what's, I guess like what's like the, is it like broad, really broad categories or just like a little bit specific?
So for this one, answers actually varied. And if people wrote down a major that was within a program, we didn't change their answer. So I can't say more than that without revealing the answers.
Then I'm just gonna go and guess pre-med students.
All right, pre-med students is on the board. All right, so we're going to hear from Ashley next. Ashley, what do you think can top Tommy's answer?
I'm gonna say Pratt.
Yeah, we've been new. Anyway, that means that DUU has the decision of whether to play or pass. What are we thinking?
Oh, is it me who says it?
Yeah.
We're
You can go
playing.
ahead. Play, okay. And Tommy, before you guys go on, I'm sorry, I was skipping Tommy earlier. All right. So up first from Frank and Friends, we've got Frank. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with economics majors.
Econ majors. How did you know? All right, next person, Kasia, what do you think?
I'm gonna go ahead and say computer science.
Comp sci majors.
And
Unfortunately,
this
that's not
last one is a major. It's not overall like Pratt Stars or pre-med. So it is a specific major too, just in case there are any, to get out of the way in case anyone says it's rigged.
All right, Evan. Yeah, he's right. That's okay, that's important. I am gonna count that as a strike though. Okay, so we've got one strike on the board. Next up, we've got Arthi.
Let's go with pub pol majors.
Pub pol majors. Unfortunately, no, that is not an answer. With two strikes, we've got Amrita. What do you think?
And yet again, I get it after 2 strikes.
I know. I'm so sorry. Your team needs you.
I'm gonna go
No pressure.
with bio majors.
Bio majors. Interesting. Technically, no, that is not the answer. All right. And DSG is going to have one opportunity to steal. Go crazy in that group chat and come back to me.
Okay, after some consultation, we, DSG, believe the answer to be BME.
Oh.
Woo!
That is the answer. All right, that was a successful steal. Evan did give you that hint at the beginning about it, it being a specific major. Unfortunately, we do have to count that one, even though it was so suspenseful and stressful. All right, Evan, take it away with the point values.
Yeah, of course. We've got, after that round, the lead is growing a bit. We've got DSG 375, DUU still on the board though with 53. And all right, we got 2 more really quick rounds here left. So Sydney, do you want to go ahead and announce our next matchups and carry on with it?
So essentially, I'm going to give each person another opportunity to nominate a person from their group who they think knows Duke students the very best. I'm just going to give you guys like a 30-second break since you guys kind of had some time to talk that over earlier. I'm going to start my stopwatch now, and good luck. If you guys have an answer before those 30 seconds are over, feel free to unmute yourselves and let me know.
I'm going to go for DUU.
Okay, and I'm gonna go for DSG.
All right, and you guys are gonna press C right after I finish asking the question. Here we go. What is the best sports team at Duke other than men's basketball?
All right, Arthi was first, so DUU has the chance to play.
I'm going to go with women's rowing team.
Women's rowing. Unfortunately, that is not on the board. Let's hear from Devin.
I'm going to go with the team that has the most NCAA championships, women's golf.
Women's golf. Unfortunately, our student body does not agree. I'm sure they're awesome, though. Back to Arthi. What do you think?
I have a question. Do they have to be gender specific?
The teams that are gender specific, we do have that as, but then the teams that are mixed or only gender, we just have those as that.
Okay, so I'll go with, okay, I don't know if I have to guess the gender or not. Let's do women's track and field, or track and field if it's just one of them.
Okay, so unfortunately, none of those are on the board. Let's go back to Devin.
I'm going to go with women's tennis.
Women's tennis. Interesting. Unfortunately, it's not that either. All right, let's just keep going. Arthi, what do you think?
Swim and dive.
Swim and dive. I'm sorry. Devin?
I'm going to go with women's basketball.
All right. And we've got one on the board. Okay, play or pass? What are we thinking?
We are going to play.
Play. Okay. So that means let's start with your team captain. Let's start with Tommy Hessel. What is your guess?
Show me some of that football.
Football.
Hey.
Right away. Back up there. This worked out well. Okay, let's skip to Dalway. Dalway, what do you think?
The lacrosse team.
Lacrosse. Interesting. All right, technically that is only one strike on the board. Y'all are still doing pretty well. Okay, up next we have Henna.
Oof, okay. A lot of pressure. How about volleyball?
Volleyball. Nice job. All right, up next we've got Sawyer. What do you think?
I'd say soccer.
Soccer.
Which gender?
Which gender? I don't men's soccer.
Men's soccer. All right. Nice job. Up next we've got Swetha with only one strike.
1 second. Baseball.
Baseball. Still, you guys only have 2 strikes. We're gonna do Tommy next, but before we do Tommy, I'm gonna give a little disclaimer so that, again, no one thinks this is rigged. If we have something like volleyball here already up on the board, then you can't guess, for instance, women's volleyball as another option because volleyball covers both, like women's and men's. But that is not the case for if gender is specified. All right, Tommy, your choice.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Does this include club sports or is this specifically varsity sports?
Specifically varsity.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to guess, this might be out from the left field, but fencing.
Fencing. All right, nice job. Okay, so after Tommy Shen, we are, let's go to our first competitor, Devin.
I'm going to go with women's soccer.
And you guys have swept the board with 2 strikes on the board. Evan, do you want to tell us what our point totals look like?
All right, we got it all added up after that round, 499 to 53, but don't worry. Like we said, there could be some prizes, like the last round's weighted differently, so you never know. Find out how many points the last round is worth. All right, pass it back to you, Sydney, for our last matchup of tonight, and go ahead and get that started.
Here we go. As you guys might have seen, our next round is a bonus. So basically, Evan will count all of the point values here as double what they say on the screen. I hope everyone is ready for the next round. We've got another round where you get to choose each team's competitors. I am going to actually set a stopwatch for that. I'm going to give you about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Talk in your group chats. Feel free to unmute yourselves and interrupt me if you have an answer before that. The stopwatch is starting now. I am going to go over some of the most interesting answers that we received while you guys decide who goes. For our first couple questions, we had the best East Campus dorm. As I might have mentioned earlier, we had some interesting answers. We had Giles is a cult. That and similar answers came multiple times. We had Brownstone, which is not an East Campus dorm, for those of you who don't know. And then we had a Divinity Cafe. That definitely came from a roundtable person. That one took the cake. For our second question for the best on-campus dining, we actually had someone mentioned those cheese wontons from Panda, in case anyone needs that. We've got the Freeman Center mac and cheese Thursdays. That answer was not funny. It's just a PSA. Mac and cheese Thursdays is like absolutely the best mac and cheese on campus. Come for me, I don't care. It is something that everyone needs to know. Vegetarian Thursdays at the Freeman Center are amazing. For best sports team, we had the comedy troupe on campus. That is a sport. We also had some Quidditch, of course, which isn't a varsity sport, but it is a club sport. So yeah, our student body has some pretty diverse school spirit. Let me know if you have a consensus.
I'm gonna represent DSG for this round.
Okay, excited to see you guys.
And I'm gonna represent DUU.
Who was
Frank.
DUU? Frank. Perfect. You guys have a classic question. Remember to press C after I finish. Best thing about Duke in general.
All right, Tommy Shen actually was first that time. Did anyone tell if it was before the end of him talking or not?
It was after for sure. Yeah. No, I'm serious, I think so.
Okay, well, Tommy, what is your guess?
I'm gonna guess the people.
The people, absolutely. We've grouped a couple of these together. Keep in mind, if you say something that like is sort of in a category, we're gonna count it. Thank you, Tommy, great guess. Up next, we have got Tommy Hessel, the team captain.
Show me the teachers, the faculty.
The teachers, interesting. Unfortunately, that was not one of the top answers. I actually think we had like 2 or 3 people who said that. But anyway, that's an honorable effort. Up next, we've got Devin. What do you think?
Give me some animals with Nugget, an absolute icon.
Nugget is on the board. You are correct. He is
surprisingly
about Duke. I don't think that's surprising at all. Personally, the dogs are like the best thing for any situation for me. But okay, after Devin, we've got Dalway. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with tenting / men's basketball in general.
All right. And that is number 3 on the board. Nice job. Okay. So we now have Hannah. Hannah, are you ready? Give us a guess.
I am ready, beyond ready, because I think the answer is like the campus scenery, like the beauty of the campus.
And you have described our next answer pretty dang specifically. That was the range of answers in this category. Nice job. After Henna, we've got Sawyer. Sawyer, what are we thinking?
I was thinking like maybe food compared to like other colleges.
Food. There we go. Food is on the board. Okay. With, I believe, 0 strikes, your team gets to keep going. We've got Swetha up next.
Oh no, why am I always the last one? This is hard.
Okay, you've got strikes available.
How about like the classes and like academics in general, like the smartness of everybody?
The smartness is great. Unfortunately, that was not one of our answers. But good try. People are pretty smart here, I'd say. Up next after Swetha, we've got Tommy Shen. Right back to you.
Okay. I'm just gonna take a wild guess. I'm gonna say the parties.
The parties. I mean, I'm not allowed to like spontaneously change the answers, or I would, but unfortunately that is not on the board. Okay, so you guys have 2 strikes. We're going right back to Tommy Hessel. What do you guys think is the last one on the board?
Between 2, but let me see. Chapel.
Okay, since that one does fit into one of our existing categories. We had campus/beauty. But that was a good guess. You guys do have 3 strikes. The other team has an opportunity to steal. Frank and friends, go wild, come back to me. Let's see if you guys can find the elusive number 2.
All right, I think we're ready. So given that it's not any of the answers already been guessed, we're gonna go in between people and friends and basketball K-Ville and just say general school spirit.
Awesome. Wow. Okay. That was great. Keep in mind, this is a double round. Evan's going to give us the points in just a minute. Congratulations. I am impressed. This has been incredibly suspenseful. And thank you guys. Thank you guys for that round. Very entertaining. Evan, are you ready?
Yeah. All right. So following our final round, DUU's valiant comeback fell short. They made it into triple digits all the way up to 200, but ultimately at the end of the day, DSG must reign supreme. But I gotta say, there was something sus about how they just ran off every single one in that last category.
I don't know exactly.
I think it's just our minds. It's like how we just know the student body. That's the answer.
Listen, we represent the student body, so we got to know them well.
Those are both interesting theories. I'm not sure how they could have cheated, but that said, we are finished with our game. Again, this has been Sydney Milo from Duke at Night hosting this program. Everyone, thank you so much for your time. We've been super impressed with your performance and your enthusiasm for the students that you represent. And thank you for everyone who is tuned in. This programming was brought to you by Duke at Night and Duke Student Broadcasting. If you want to see us doing something in particular, if you really liked Family Feud and you want to nominate 2 other groups on campus to participate in it, or if you want to join Duke at Night, please DM us on Instagram at DUU Duke at Night. Follow us on Facebook at DUU space Duke at Night with a little @ sign. And yeah, thank you everybody so much. I believe we're signing off.
Yeah, have a great night, everyone. Rest of the night and finals week and winter break. And we hope to see you at another virtual program soon. So take care.